Can you tell me, I guess, LCBO still on strike? As Minister of Labor, tell me your thoughts, sir.
Yeah, government government's made an offer that's public for folks to check at the LCBO website, so you can see publicly what the government's offered. It's a significant increase of 7%. It includes converting 400 temporary employees into permanent full time. So I think it's a generous offer that the government's put forward. But I understand, workers. I've spoken with a number of LCBO workers. With any change comes an element, for them of uncertainty, and we, Premier Ford, our government have said that unlike the leadership, which has talked about privatization, which is not on the table, we're expanding convenience. We've been very public about that. We were elected and re-elected on expanding convenience. If you look to Clark's Variety, Terry and the family there, they became a store that is able to sell ready to drinks, beer, and wine, and you can go to her store. It's been a wonder for people on their way home as they head north of Cobourg into Hamilton Township. And we're expanding convenience for Ontarians across this great province. LCBO will still be the exclusive distributor of it, and will expand the tax base as well.
There's talk online about how they'll be able to get it at all hours of the night. There's still going to be hours where you can and can't buy alcohol.
Yeah, I think I understand that we've come to know. Look, LCBO offers an exceptional service that we've come to know and appreciate, and we appreciate what they do. Any notion that they and they alone are the only people on planet Earth capable of selling a beer, I think, is unfair. It's unfair to convenience stores, convenience store associations. It's unfair to small businesses. It's unfair to our craft breweries and things who've been selling as well. People would lose a license if they do anything irresponsibly. So there's an important process that goes into being able to do that. People do it responsibly. Again, I point to places like Clark's, Variety in our own community that have been doing it just in the last few years. It's been a wonder for their business, and we're supporting small businesses across Ontario. Again, LCBO is still going to be the place I go to get Mount Gay rum, things that I like, your favorite spirits. And I know they'll continue to deliver that exceptional service.
Where does it go from here then? Are we at a stumbling block? Like, is there, I guess, where does the government go from here?
Again, we've made that offer public. Folks can see it, LCBO website. We hope they'll return to the table and bargain with government to land a deal. Again, Premier's been very, very clear on those ready-to-drinks. If you think to some Sandbagger and others that have been made in communities like ours. I believe that's from Peterborough. The gin smashes, things like that have become very popular. That's something that I know they've spoken about. But again, we've been very clear. If you go to Clark's Variety today, you can get a transfusion drink for those golfers watching. That you have those on the golf course. You can get them, and we're going to expand convenience, and Premier's made clear that that's off the table. I know for them, ready-to-drinks, they call them, or RTDs, which you've probably heard, is a sticking point. But we've been very clear. We campaigned on this to expand convenience. What makes Ontario any different than any other community on Earth? We're bringing Ontario to where the rest of the world already is. You go to Alberta, you go to Quebec, you go to Europe. I was just in Europe. I mean, we were having a drink in the streets before the Euro games, a beer and a hot day before the games. We're not doing that, but I mean, they have expanded convenience across the globe. And so I'm sorry, but we're not going to be the last jurisdiction on the horse and buggy when the world's gone to cars.
Last question, I guess. So the onus is on the workers to come back to the table.
Yeah, we hope that they'll return to the table. As I said, I've had some good conversations with workers here in our community. I'm going to be following up with one who has to sit down and always welcome their feedback. And again, I want to stress that, especially as a local member here, speaking to you in my capacity as local member, I always want to hear from people. And I understand, Pete, when you hear that now you would not only have just the sole monopoly, but that competition. I think competition is a good thing. But I understand for those workers, they want to know, how is your job protected, etc. And so again, I'll take you back to what I led with, the offer that includes converting part-time into permanent jobs, that includes a significant increase. I mean, ask many small business owners, seniors on a fixed income, they're not getting that type of increase. We think it's a very fair offer, obviously, and but I understand their concern. I recognize that. I had good conversations, and we certainly hope they'll return to the table and get back to work.